If you're from the west side, Cali, born and raised right in the town with the palm trees and good vibes. You know the best vibes, soaking up the sunshine. And we hustle cause we tryna live a good life.
I'm going to take you guys into one of my favorite simple Pilates sessions. Basically, I'm just going to combine some yoga movements with some aerobics that happen to be focused on your abdominals. Okay, so first you're going to come down to your mat. And our first exercise is going to be leg lifts. And we're going to do 15 of these. Something that's really important about this exercise in particular is making sure that you keep your back on the ground while you're lifting your legs. And if you can't keep your back flat on the ground, you could possibly injure yourself. So this is really an important part of this workout. But what you also want to do is you want to try to keep your legs together. Sometimes I separate them a little bit because, that is a lot of like pressure on your abs. And maybe if you're not as strong in that specific part of your body, it could be a little bit hard to do this exercise rep after rep. So what I would do is just kind of separate them maybe just a little bit. I mean, try to keep them together to the best of your ability, but doctor it to your need. And then also we're just going to do some scissor kicks here, and I did this for like 20 seconds. Now, as far as like the timing and the specific amount of each exercise that I do, I pretty much just time it depending upon like my endurance that day. So if it's like really humid outside, the amount of time I'm doing each exercise is going to be less, but the amount of like reps would be like more. So now we're going to move into more of the yoga part of this Pilates session. So of course we're starting with downward facing dog. And it's really important to make sure that your head is surpassing your shoulder blades. Like that's something I realized I hadn't always done before in downward facing dog, but it really is just the little things that make for your body to feel more like free when you're doing some of these exercises, especially things like yoga. Like of course it's about connecting the breath, but I think it's also just about your ability to be fluid in all parts of your body. So downward facing dog isn't just for your legs, isn't just for your hamstrings, but it's also for, of course, your spine and your neck and your shoulder blades. And we're doing chaturanga down into upward facing dog here. Just very basic things, just a general review of some of my favorite poses and things that help me feel really calm and relax before or even after a run. Something I've also realized is really important is you have to make sure that you're exercising after a workout, which sounds like really strange, right? But this Pilates session I did after running like just for a little while, but I think it's important though. I think it's really important to make sure that you're doing some sort of stretch, doing some sort of decompressing after a very high intensity workout. Because you have to think about the strain that causes on your muscles, especially if you have that stretch prior to, and you've got your muscles and they're possibly strained, or maybe you could just be preventing injury. I'm not a professional, so all I can really say is it definitely just improves your overall bodily fluidity, and I think it makes for a better response to the results from your workout. Like if you're building muscle, if you're losing weight, if you're attempting to just even be more flexible, because of course there's other workouts like Pilates or, yoga that help with that type of body fluidity. And just back again, chaturanga, downward facing dog. And we're gonna do one of my favorite poses here, which is camel, which is just so relaxing, like especially for people like me who literally have to sit in a desk like 5 days out of the week for 7 classes. Like this pose feels so good. Like just being able to just lean back and just have everything hanging back. Like I don't even know like what it is about the pose. It just feels relaxing. Okay, and we are going to go into a back bend here because this is also just really good for your spine. I feel like a lot of times people forget to stretch their back as much as they stretch their legs and their arms, but your back is literally just as important. I mean, it's connected to your neck. So it's kind of counterintuitive not to do both, seeing that you're already working both of those muscles and bones at the same time. You just want to relax. It's such amazing weather outside. Like, this was such a great day for this type of exercise. Now we're going to repeat the same thing, and this would just make for 2 repeats. And once again with 15 leg lifts here. And of course it's always harder the second time around, but try to keep your back flat on the mat, taking deep breaths in. I found that it's really helpful if you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth when you're doing an exercise that really pulls on your lower abdominal muscles.
It is a blessing. I hit the studio cause we got a session. Sunset Boulevard where we all come through. But don't let the money and the fame change you. I'm driving down the coast, homies in the bag bumping loud. You know, we ain't got no worries. This my own, and I don't plan on leaving. There ain't nothing better than the west side, that's and right. I'm like, ooh, we on the map. We get the bag and then run it back. And I'm like, ooh, we on the map. We get the bag and then run it back. And I'm like, ooh, we on it. We know what's up. We on it. We know. And I'm like, ooh, we on the map. We get the bag and then run it back. And I'm like, ooh, we on the map. We get the bag and then run it back. And I'm like, ooh, we on it. We know what's up. Ooh, we on it. We know what's up. Are you messing with my mind? Yeah. First you tell me that you're all mine. Oh, then you say you need some time. Can't decide. And lately it's been really confusing. I just can't understand. You say that you're catching feelings, but I'm always left on red. Ooh, no. And every time we meet, nothing is off. Deep down, I gotta say, I'm digging your vibe. And something is the fact. You're switching up again. I don't know what's your move. Tell me, baby, what to do. Why are you messing with my mind? First you tell me that you're all mine, then you say you need some time. You can't decide, and it leaves me asking, tell me which lane I am choosing. Should I stay or go? Cause I can't keep on waiting for something when you still say you don't know. Hell nah. And every time we meet, nothing is off. Deep down, I gotta say, I'm digging your vibe. I'm digging. And something is the fact. You're switching up again. I don't know what's your move. Tell me, baby, what to do. Are you messing with my mind? First you tell me that you're all mine. Then you say but you leave me asking